Hi, Josh. Hello, everybody. I'm just going to give a few minutes for people to start joining in here. Hello, everybody. I hope you're excited to see Trixie and Katya with us today, talking about their new book, Trixie and Katya's Guide to Modern Womanhood. I'm Joey Nolfi. I'm the RuPaul's Drag Race beat reporter at Entertainment Weekly. We will be asking Trixie to join us shortly. Let me see if she's in here. No, I do not see her in here yet. As soon as Trixie sends the request, we will get her in here. Don't see her yet. But I know they're very excited to do this, as are we. And the book is great if you guys have not checked out the book yet. I feel like one of those drag queens that always after Drag Race, they're checking to see if their friends are on the live yet. Now I know how that feels. Still don't see her. But have you guys read the book yet? I want to hear what you guys think in the comments. People are saying Tracy is late. It's okay. We would wait a lifetime for Trixie. Oh, there she is. Okay, she's here. Coming through any minute. I'm ready to see a gorgeous, fabulous woman with me any second now. There she is. Hello, Trixie.
Hello. How are you guys? Hello.
I'm great. How are you? You look wonderful.
Oh, thank you. I'm doing this little 60s eyeball.
Oh, yes.
Moment.
Okay, serve it. Yes, give us
and
a few
then
poses.
party in the back.
Yes, it's a lovely little touch.
And then sometimes I have this chair kind of spins, so I'll do some modeling, like.
Oh, yes. Give it. Okay, catalog.
And then let the hair go. Just too high. There we go. Oh, there's a little shadow here. That's what that is. I was like, is that a shadow? There it is.
Okay. Well, you have such a distinct glow about you now that you've landed on the New York Times bestseller list. How does that feel?
Well, I was, in Rancho Cucamonga sipping a highball on a deck chair, and my assistant said, "You made the list," and I said, "Knew it."
Of course you did.
I haven't seen you since backstage at my grown-up tour. What city was that?
That was Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
It was lovely.
It was a very interesting meet and greet, if I recall.
Oh, that was the one. Oh, you were at the meet and greet where the person asked me to say, you guys, everybody watching, hello. He pulled up a picture of me, you guys, and he goes, "I want you to smile like this, but not like this." He was showing me pictures of my face, telling me what was acceptable for the picture. Mm-hmm. And then he goes, "And I want you to sign all my merch now because I'm not staying for the show."
Oh, I cringed so bad at that. I was like, oh no. I was like, Trixie is going to talk about this on stage later. I knew it.
Oh, I will never forget it. It was so funny. And my band, that's the kind of stuff that they can't believe when it happens. And I'm like, happens all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
Things like this happen all the time.
It was really interesting to witness. That is an experience I will never forget. But today, you have a new book, Trixie and Katya's Guide to Modern Womanhood. But we're only here today so that you can walk us through a homemade ice cream tutorial. Do you have your ingredients ready?
I do not, but I just finished a new strawberry custard.
Oh, okay. Well,
I used to make ice cream, and then with all this downtime, I've been getting really into making it. I also started making ice cream, solid bars on sticks, like ice cream popsicles.
Oh my God. Are you going to open an ice cream shop or something? You should.
Well, I love ice cream. In Wisconsin, we eat ice cream all year. And then my first job was at an ice cream place called Lickety Split.
Yeah.
And I was 14, and the high schoolers would come and rearrange the marquee at night, and I would come in, and the sign would say, "Lick my clit."
My dad used to do that, too. He used to work at a similar place, and he used to do that, too.
Yeah, we had 39 flavors, and it was all hard scoop. So I was 14 years old, building my little muscle, trying to scoop all day. And it was funny because, it was the only type of profiling that's fine is ice cream profiling. So like you
Mhm.
see two old people coming and you're like, here comes some butterscotch marble and some maple
Right.
nut.
Hmm.
And then if it's like a family, you'd be like, here comes three blue moons. And then if it's like a really skinny like city family on vacation, you're like, they're gonna get the sugar free, fat free, whatever.
Did you see that Tyra Banks is now in the ice cream industry? She's starting some ice cream.
I did. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say we should trust a model who's been deprived. You know what though? Maybe this is her finally being like, I'm gonna eat whatever I want for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
Because
she's always been
people
like
in
that.
her industry get deprived of eating ice cream every day.
That's true. She's
So
giving it back to the
honestly,
people.
maybe we should trust her more because she makes her ice cream count because she can't always have it.
That's great logic. I love that.
Besides,
Um,
the great thing about ice cream is you can have it every day. You just can't do the full pint. Like, there's a reason why you should say, I'm gonna eat a scoop of ice cream. You're not supposed to sit and consume the whole pint, but it is hard to not do.
well, a true modern woman knows this. And I mean, as a real biological woman yourself, what do you think that modern womanhood means to you and why you wanted to advise on it in a book?
Well, I mean, the satire there is obviously like a 30 and 38-year-old man have nothing. We've never, I mean, on one hand, yes, we are women. But on the other
Yes.
hand, we're not like giving you, this really could be called Guide to Humanhood. You know, like we talk about hair and makeup, but that's not really a woman's only thing, nor is
Right.
it something every woman has to be a part of. So for us, it was more like in Un or in the Trixie and Katya show on Viceland. Whatever we get together, it's usually a cautionary tale of like, here's the ways we've done it worse, and here's how you can improve
Mm.
your life by not doing. Like, there's a part in the book where I say, in this book, two of America's most beloved model actresses will guide you through every pivot point of female development and will buff out your dry cuticles along the way. Everything you've done, we've done it well and done it with fuller lashes. And we've inhabited every reach of your failures and done it with puke on uncomfortable shoes.
Oh, that was so powerful.
So powerful.
Oh.
Girl, you've done it again. I'd say I'm surprised, but I've seen you. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you've always talked about the way that people treat your humor. I think when you're in and out of drag, the difference between that, and that's always fascinated me. Like, it's harder to make people laugh out of drag, I think you've said. So, did that change how you approached humor, like writing it for the page instead of doing it for a TV show?
Well, I'm very Midwestern. Not to be Gaga saying she's an Italian New York girl, but I'm from Wisconsin where, like, I'm from a very small town in Wisconsin where, this the sense of humor, if any, is very dry. It's very cutting. It's very dark. And Katya always says, I get in drag because it's funnier. And like I get in drag just so that people don't think I'm mean because everything like
Mm.
I think is funny or to me anything worth joking about is also something probably worth crying about. So like
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of dark shit at all.
Hmm.
And I love like my sense of humor is very dry. Like Trixie looks crazy and fun, but like my POV is usually a little more like, you know, not a bitch, but like being in drag and looking happy helps people realize like, oh, this is supposed to be funny.
It softens the blow, I think, of some of the darkness and the edge that
Yeah, I'm
you're
six
doing.
feet tall, white with a shaved head. That's not really the look for 2020 doing comedy. You know what I mean?
I mean, for some people it is. And yesterday I saw that the book was the number one bestseller on Amazon's love, sex, and marriage humor section. So if you told the Trixie Mattel of 5 years ago that she would one day be a literary master and the queen of love, sex, and marriage humor, what do you think that Trixie Mattel would say?
I mean, it's funny because Katya always wanted to write a book. And even though I like to read, I never thought about writing a book until really this opportunity. And I've gotten a few book offers before, but this was the first one where when I got the idea of like a women's etiquette guide, I was like, oh, that I'm really into. Um, and so I would have never thought this would happen. I mean, I was 2 days ago, I found out about the bestseller list, you guys, and I wear my mask and I run around the block of my house, for exercise because my place isn't big enough to have like a treadmill or anything. So, um, had my mask on and I was running and I was out of drag and I was just smiling like the Joker, like smiling, sprinting. I was listening to the Gorillas, just running and smiling like a crazy person because I just couldn't believe it. It's like once in a while, like in life, like when I won Drag Race or like, Barbara just charted on Billboard 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago. Anytime something like that happens, it's so surreal. and because I'm self-produced, like there's not a team of people going like this. It's usually just like me, like. So me and
Yeah.
Katya were gagged. She sent me the most beautiful bouquet, huge, like this
Oh,
big, and it says from one best-selling author to another.
that's so cute.
And let the record show she never does anything like that for me. So,
Well, have you heard from anybody who's taken the advice that you guys have laid out in the book?
yeah, I mean, other authors, Dean Koontz, Stephen King,
Of
they've all
course.
reached out.
Yes.
I've declined, J.K. Rowling reached out. I declined
Ooh.
engagement.
Oh yeah, we don't want to talk to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, people have definitely been posting like that they listened to the audiobook, and a lot of people bought the book and the audiobook.
Hmm.
The audiobook is a really fun read because it's a little more like listening to in a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but people have definitely reached out. People who never pay attention to anything I do. It's kind of like if I get on NPR or something like that. It's bestseller list is one of those things where people who never pay attention to me, people I went to high school with, were reaching out, being like, "That's crazy."
Yeah.
That's not in that way, but like that's crazy.
Right.
Like my friend Corey, he was like the other gay kid in my high school. He
Hmm.
cuts hair in Milwaukee, and we're both from a town of like our graduating classes are like 30, and he texted me being like if you're the same person I went to high school, like we went to middle school with, and like you're a best-selling author. That's psycho.
It's
But
really great.
Katya and I, we're getting all the accolades. It really just shows that the people who watch, they love it so much. I mean, we're going into season 5. They love it so much that they are interested, especially in 2020, any avenue we can provide that isn't even necessarily a distraction, but helps them engage with like, you're not a bad person if you laugh for 20 minutes and then go back to fighting the fight or whatever. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
You can recharge. You can remember to laugh. Some of the stuff we talk about here, drugs, breakups,
It's serious
alcohol, this
stuff.
is not
Yeah.
all happy topics, but
Hmm.
your options are to laugh at them or not laugh at them. And I always think it's better. I mean, we talk about flossing.
Oh, I love. Yeah. I love Katya's self-love chapter too. That's a great chapter.
Yeah, I mean, the quotes, her chapters are psycho. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it brush its teeth. And the quote is Enrique Iglesias. I mean,
What?
they actually asked us if we wanted to remove that photo, and I really fought them on that. I was like, no, that's
The
amazing.
photos are great. The photos are so good. And I have a question that was submitted by your friend, Miss Jada Essence Hall. She would like to know something. She's Jada E. Hall on Instagram. She's currently on the Drive and Drag tour. She wants to know, Trixie, since writing a book is a long process, what was the worst piece of advice that Katya gives in this book?
Did she really write that? Thank you,
Yes, she
Jada.
did. She did.
Girl, I used to be Milwaukee hot shit, and then Jada won, and now they're like, girl, we don't see you. Because she's the Beyonce of Milwaukee. It's so exciting. It's so weird. I mean, I remember being 21 and me and her being like, you should do Drag Race. No, you should do Drag Race. And now we both won, which is psycho. But the worst advice Katya gave, I will say, if the book, let's say a chapter's due on a Friday, I try to finish it by like the Friday before. Katya's writing that shit probably the night before. So she's the procrastinator.com. So I will say her work ethic.
All of
I've
it.
found that it's not about being the hardest worker. It's about standing next to somebody who's lazier than you. And then you seem
Oh.
like you really have your shit together.
Hmm.
It's like you don't take pictures with your hot friends either.
Well, wait. So, do you think Katya has given? Is there a bad piece of advice that Katya has given here? Can we answer
A
Jada's
bad
question?
piece of advice?
Yeah. I think it's when she says it's okay that when your legs are wet.
Oh, this book is full of some questionable advice from her. But honestly, I think she writes it so heavy-handedly, like satire, that you can't really like believe her. Like even the drug section, she
Hmm.
gives you firsthand experience, but she doesn't glamorize it.
Right.
She doesn't make it look cool.
Hmm.
But she's
It's
more
deep.
like, yeah, like she talked about in an interview. She talks about like if somebody gave me their firsthand account of what it's like to chug Robitussin, that wouldn't make me chug Robitussin. And like she didn't want to present it in that way either.
Hmm.
Well, let's just say we're lucky she didn't write the makeup chapter because what would
Well,
any of us gotten out of that?
we actually had a lot of fan questions too for you guys, and one of them is about makeup. A lot of fans want to know, since you guys wear clothing that's similar to each other's in the book, if you are ever going to do a makeup swap video.
Well, maybe we would. She and I are working on a lipstick right now called Red Scare. It's like a matte red lipstick from Trixie Cosmetics. And
Yeah.
hopefully when we get to release that, hopefully we'll get to do a video together. People always want us to swap makeup, but I don't want to look like her. And she doesn't want to look like me. So, because I have a really like full face and she has a really gaunt face. Like, I don't think she has the architecture to support like lines and like
I
this
mean, you'll
geometry
never know
is
unless you
all
try.
built on my head. So I don't really know if it would translate.
I think there's only one way to find out. I think you guys have to try.
Well, only if we can do it completely nude. Well, you know that
Yes.
the young lesbians, they want to see us get in drag and then have sex. That's what they want.
Right. Yeah. You can just do the makeup on your chest and your nipples instead of your faces.
Yeah. Even right now, the comments of this video are like, show the
know.
boobs.
Yeah, I know, right?
They want it. They love
We'll
it.
take the eyes instead.
Yes.
I just have one more fan question for you. Nell Weston wants to know, what's your favorite memory that you made with Katya while making this book?
God. Yeah, that we shot the photos that the book has beautiful photos, right? Amazing. Mostly shot by Albert Sanchez. If you guys don't know, he shot the Mac Viva Glam RuPaul ad in the 90s.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like amazing.
Yeah.
And he shot this picture of us that I don't know if I can find it, but like it's her breastfeeding me. Can you see this picture?
Yeah.
This might be a little X-rated for
Oh, it's fine. No, it's fine.
And
It's so
shooting
good.
this picture, we just got the idea in the moment of like, why don't you put on the titty bib and I'll breast and you can breastfeed me. And just shooting this was so funny. And this is one of the last shots we got. So it also was kind of like the finish. This is how we finished the process, was this picture.
Mm-hmm. It sums
And
it
it's
up
just
perfectly.
psycho.
It's
Psycho.
perfect cap.
She looks great in this book though. I mean,
It does.
she has bone structure and all that. So like she looks great in everything. But there's some pictures of her where I'm like, this is like a Nordstrom ad, you know?
Yeah. Well, Trixie, I think unfortunately we've reached the end of our time. I have to go make contact with Katya. But
Oh, is she going next?
Yeah, she's going next. Yes. I wish I could have done you guys together, but Instagram won't let you do more than one person. But I thank you so much for always being so wonderful to me and to EW. Thank you so much for being here. Can you send viewers off with a little plug for the book?
Of course, if you guys want to check out our best-selling book, Trixie and Katya's Guide to Modern Womanhood from Plume, you can check it out on many local retailers. You can support a local bookstore, or you could go as easy as, you know, got any major retailers carrying it. We're very proud of it. It's hilarious, and it's only $26.
Money well spent. Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much, Trixie. Everyone else, please stay tuned. I'm going to end this live, but Katya will be joining us right here on EW's Instagram page in a few minutes. So see you soon. Thank you, Trixie.
Bye.
Bye.